Everybody, welcome back to the Young Trucker YouTube channel, and I have something really special today. It's a different format video than I usually do, but I think it's going to be really cool. We're going to show off the guy whose garage that I generally work out of and work on my trucks out of. A couple years back, bought a really neat truck, a really cool piece of history, and he's going to sit down and we're going to talk about the truck, take some really cool videos, and can't wait to get into it. And also got a sneak peek of something I want to show you guys, if that color means anything to you. So the next video is going to be this, which is mine, and we're gonna do this one 100% about his truck. So enjoy. Okay, Tom, go ahead and tell me about your truck.
This is a 1986 Superliner. It's an RW613 with a E9 500 12-speed Mack, new way air ride. It's all Mack. It was built in Canada. Everything's original on it, other than we replaced the interior in the sleeper and the roof of the cab. Because of having to change the lights, I put all LED lights on it. The picture of the bulldog was on the back, but my son put the lights in the eyes, and we put a new bumper on it this year. I've had to Louisville Truck Show twice. The first year went down, I ended up on Overdrive magazine with it. which I thought was a pretty good feat. And I bought it 3 years ago. We did a lot of work to it. I had to replace the head gaskets. Fuel pump had to be rebuilt. A lot of airlines. It sit outside for 11 years, and this is the original paint on the truck. And it really drives nice and handles nice. Enjoy driving it. We drove it to Louisville both years, and I've hauled quite a few loads with it. People see it out on the road. It's from years ago. Really recognize it being an old truck. It's back when Mack was king of the road back in the 80s.
And you have a cab that you want to sell, which
Yeah,
I'm going to include in the video.
I also have a R model cab I'd like to sell, and a Superliner hood that's designed for air cleaners on the outside.
Yep, I'll put it on there.
It had 11/24/5 rubber on it, and I put low pro 24 on it, but other than that, I haven't changed much of the appearance of the truck. I knew the gentleman that bought it new, and I tried to buy it for 7 or 8 years, and finally I got him talked into selling to me. Told him rather than the truck sit out in the weeds, it needed recognition, so I cleaned it up. My son and I cleaned it all up. My son did a lot of work to it and helped, and we ended up, like I said, taking it to the Louisville Truck Show.
From what you had said, this actually began life as Mack Canada's show truck. They had used it.
This truck originally was built and bought. It did the Mack truck shows for 7 years all over the United States and Canada. The gentleman that owned it, bought it brand new, is Kenny Gribble from Somerset, Rockwood, Pennsylvania.
Double frame front to back.
Yeah, it's double frame clear up here to the engine, not clear to the front, but double frame. And I did have an issue with that, and I fixed it. A lot of people said needed replaced, but I fixed it, and you can't tell a thing.
It looks really, really good, and everything down to the original grill shutters and stuff like that is just really neat on these old trucks. The interior, you found a lady who...
There was a lady in Somerset that made the interior for the sleeper. She did a very good job. My son put all it in, re-insulated the truck, and it's really quiet inside. The doors shut on this truck better than any R model cab I've ever seen. I had 5 of these trucks in the 80s, and never one of them did the doors work like on this truck, and I've never done nothing to the doors. People can't believe how the doors work on this.
Another really neat thing I saw was the Can-Am toolboxes. It still says Can-Am sleeper on the side, so that was a Can-Am sleeper that was built.
Yeah, this was all built in Canada. The toolboxes, the sleeper, and everything. This is how it come out of the Mack factory in Canada. We got a line sheet on it. My son, I took it to McCungy Antique Show last year. My son talked to a guy that told him how to get the line sheet, so he ordered the line sheet on it. It's 42 pages. This truck had every option on it that you could get from Mack back at that time.
So for those that don't know, and Tom knows better than I do, obviously, in that era of Mack and, say, International, the sleeper was manufactured by a totally separate company than the truck. So back then you had a sleeper manufacturer and a truck manufacturer, and the manufacturer for this sleeper was Can-Am, and there was also Bent's and...
Yeah, Bent's and Able. Able and Bent's were made in the United States. Can-Am sleepers were made in Canada, with the sleeper place factory was only several miles from where the Mack truck was built.
Okay, and then they were built with some extra insulation and stuff like that as well. You had said they were a little thicker insulated.
This thing had their insulation in these trucks are heavier than what an Able body was at that time. And to my understanding, Able and Can-Am are both out of business.
Well, that is really neat, and that's a really beautiful truck, Tom, and I appreciate you taking the time to show it to me and do everything we did today. So I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a little different format than what I've done in the past, but it was really nice to be able to show off this truck of Tom's and have him talk about it and run us through everything they did to bring this thing back from the dead. Tom has been a good friend of mine for probably since 2018, 2019 now. I went to school with his nephew, rode the bus with him, and just had always known him a little bit, but really, you know, got to know him a little bit more when I got involved in trucking, and just the stories that he can tell, you know, of the life that he's lived in an industry that's changed so much since his heyday in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So, like I said, what a cool truck. If you enjoyed it, show it to your friends. It's a neat piece of history. So thanks for watching.